Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be traveling back in time. I know a lot of people want to go back in time right now, and if you follow me on Instagram you already know that I've been traveling in Southeast Asia when this pandemic started and we didn't have any idea about it. And as I told you before in one of my videos about the things that I love about China is traveling. There are a lot of people who prefer to stay when they have a long layover, they prefer to stay at the airport, but there are some people who would love to go outside and spend it outside and explore instead of just waiting at the airport. We chose this flight that is an overnight flight so that we arrive at Kuala Lumpur the next day and then we enjoy the day there. It was like really good plan. It's just that there's a long story that happened, so yeah, stay tuned for the story. Anyways, so we flew from Beijing airport, and here comes the first tip. There's something that I've been missing out. I didn't know about it before. So if you go to Beijing airport, downstairs like arrival area, there is this Wi-Fi place. There is something that says Wi-Fi there, and you actually can borrow this Wi-Fi thing that you can take with you. You just have to tell them what countries are you going to visit so that your Wi-Fi can work there. It's so convenient. For me personally, what I was doing, I would get a SIM card every time I go to another, like a new country. Then there is this tip. It's not about traveling, but make sure to take a footage of your friend who promises something.
What is it that you're promising for this
For
holiday?
next 2 weeks that we're gonna be on holiday, I'm not gonna have even a drop of alcoholic drinks.
Mark my words, this is not true.
It is because I'm taking antibiotics. And secondly, I'm not gonna swear.
You hear that, yeah? Each.
Okay, you need to put this at the beginning of the video. Disclaimer, surprisingly I didn't get punched in the face. I didn't get in a fight. I just fell off a bike sober in the middle of the day where I ride every single day. I just fell
now we're
and
clear.
broke the fall with my face.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys think it was us who did that to her. But honestly, I was very proud of her, how strong she is, and like honestly it was not easy for her, like having to travel like that and then the pain and everything, and that happened just the day before we flew, before our holiday. Then after that we were ready for our flight from Beijing, but our flight was delayed, which is something normal in China. If your flight is not delayed in China, that is not normal. But if your flight is delayed, that's just a normal thing. Our flight was delayed and I thought our flight would not be delayed, so I took my pill. I have these pills that I take, anxiety pills, and they make me so sleepy. I was sitting and then I fell asleep on a chair or something and the girls were laughing at me and I don't even remember what was happening, so I didn't have any footage from there. We arrived Kuala Lumpur the next day. Here is the next tip. As we were staying there for a day, for a few hours there, we decided to rent a car. So my friends, both of them, Dinah and Maggie, they've been in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur for a layover. And what they did the first time is that they took public transportation. I think there is a subway or something from the airport. So they took that, but they said that it was not very convenient because of their luggages. So we decided to take a car and it was a blast. But here we had a delay because we went to their desk to get the car and there was no one there. So maybe make sure to call them before or make sure to tell them what time is your flight so that someone would be there. I know that they say someone would be there, but we didn't find anyone, so we were just waiting. Finally they came and we got all the papers done.
Splashed water on my face.
Yay, we rented a car.
Okay, we got a car. I'm trying to change my clothes because it's really hot. Just navigating. The weather is really arrived at the cave, but 2 caves. Anyways, it was beautiful. I was so happy that we got to see that. And then before you get into the stairs, like you start climbing the stairs, they would tell you that you need to be covering your legs. Like you cannot go there with shorts. We had to go back to the car and change. Then after the cave, it was already 2. And what time is our flight? Our flight was 5:15. But we wanted to go to the Twin Towers, even though we know we will be a little bit late, but we were like, okay, we're just gonna go a few pictures. We didn't think too much. We were just like, okay, adventure, let's go. And then we went. Isn't it beautiful?
Okay, come next to water.
We arrived at the Twin Towers at around 2:45, and we took our time to take pictures, TikTok, Douyin. I took our time, really did. Oh. And our flight was at 5:15, really. After all those photos, those amazing photos, Instagram photos, we had to run back to the car. We were like, oh my god, we were late, let's go. And then we were just running back, and I didn't get any footage because I was using my phone for navigation. And this navigation, I don't know what map I was using at that time, but like honestly, like I would be looking at the map and it says turn right, and it's actually you have to turn left. Dinah was like driving so fast and she was like, okay, please tell me where should I go. I'm like, I don't know, this map is, and we were so stressed. And then there was a time we missed one turn. We missed the turn to the highway that would take us to the airport. All of a sudden, we found ourselves in a tunnel. It was a long one and we didn't have signal. So we had no freaking idea where we were. Finally, we found that there is a way from there to the airport. So I was in a car and I was putting on all my clothes back, like winter clothes, not because I wanted to or not because it was cold, but it's just because when you travel with AirAsia, you cannot be overweight. We arrived at around 4:20. Then I went running. I already put on my clothes and I went running to call the guy to come to get the keys and check the car before we go. So the girls were there trying to put on all their clothes, and we had a Victoria's Secret fashion show, you guys. Yeah.
So, Victoria's Secret fashion show. Look at the first and show under. Can you show under? What are you wearing?
I'm actually wearing
jeans
and leggings.
and long shirt with this fashion scarf.
The hat.
Wear together with a hat. Very good. Look at
Whatever
me.
accessories
I'm
you have.
wearing all the accessories that I found at home. And this buns red and white hoodie. It's perfectly matching my white and red winter vest for this perfect weather. 33-degree here in Kuala Lumpur. But here we have the third model. Let's have a look at our third model.
Get a look at my hood. It's full of stuff.
My pocket is full of camera lenses and sunscreen.
And
Cameras
remember,
under the jacket.
nowadays it's very fashionable. Put your flip-flops in your hood.
In your hood,
In your hood, yeah. That's
Here comes another tip here about the clothes, because we were wearing all our clothes there, but luckily we got only light ones. So when you are traveling from like a cold winter place to a tropical place, here what I do is I get like a light jacket that is also warm. You know, those that fold, and then when you take the air, they're kind of like really small. And for pants, I wear 2 pants, like yoga pants, and then like jeans. I can also use them when I'm backpacking in tropical places, because sometimes, like when we were in Myanmar, sometimes it was like kind of chilly, so I would wear my pants there. We arrived, but luckily we already have our tickets. We just had our carry-on that should be not more than 7 kilos or 10 kilos, something around like something like this. Maggie, she is the one who saved our lives, honestly. So she was like, wait a minute, we saw this wheelchair and you guys saw what happened to her. So she was like, I'm gonna sit here, I'm going to put all the stuff like on her laps and then cover it with her winter jacket and like empty the suitcases. And Dinah was the one who was pushing her. So we did that. Maggie was pushing her suitcase, Dinah was pushing her plus the suitcase, I think. So we got there, and then she was like, okay girls, we need to check your suitcases. And then she was like, Dinah was like, Maggie dear, give her the passports to check. And she was like, no, not the passports. And then she was looking at Maggie like that and looked at the mess and everything and looked at Dinah and she was like, okay, just go. Then that was my turn. I was like, I'm with them. And then she was like, oh, you have to put your luggage. And I was like, oh, damn. So I just put my luggage and it was right on 7, I think, or 9 or whatever. Whatever they allow, it was right on there. I was not overweight, but like I had so much stuff that thank God she didn't see. And then it's time for customs. And that was the big shock. Guys, the lines to go through customs was huge. There were not 100 people, but hundreds of people. So we were there waiting, and the line was not moving. Honestly, like the line was not moving. Like we were there and we're like, okay, we would just wait, maybe they will go faster. And all of a sudden Dinah was like, Mary, talk to the people in front of us. And I was like, oh, I don't know what to tell them. And then Dinah was like, okay, just I'm gonna do it. And then she went and she talked to them. She was like, we really have to go, we really have to catch this flight, and it will take us a long time to get to the gate with, like, you know, the wheelchair and stuff. And they saw like Maggie with the wheelchair and everything, and they were like, oh, okay. So they were so nice. People were so nice, and it was like just like behind Maggie, and Dinah was like, sorry, thank you, sorry. And then we just stopped right behind like 3 or 4 people. We were like, okay, we shouldn't like go all the way in front. Like, it's okay, we can wait behind 3 or 4 people. We can do that, right? It would be bad like to go all the way in front. After that was not all. After that, you guys, that we had to go through a security check. And when you go through a security check, you have to take off everything you're wearing, almost, like to put them there, go through security check, and then get them. And things that we were wearing, they were full of other stuff. When I finished, I looked this way and this way, and they were nowhere to be seen. I couldn't find them. Like, I was like, you know what? I just have to find the gate. So I was there running. I was like having stuff like falling from my hand. Then I stopped at some point, put more stuff in my suitcase. Guys, here comes the other tip. Always have more time with you. That airport is huge. I arrived, I was sweating, and then I looked like this, and Maggie and Dinah were already there. I'm like, how did you do that? And the funny thing is, when we arrived at the gate, Maggie just stood up, got her stuff, and walked normally. Like nothing happened.
long story short.
I don't know where to start from. Maggie? We almost missed our flight, and so they put me in a wheelchair because my face is messed up, and everybody let us go through, and that's the only reason we made this flight was because
If
of,
it was
of
not,
this.
if it was not for her, we would never make it.
We'd still be at
Oh,
at
Kizzy.
immigration. We'd still be at immigration.
Oh my god, the line was huge.
I've never
the
seen a
line
line
was
like that.
huge, and like people, they're just like looking at her in a wheelchair. They was like, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay."
Yeah,
just
and the one girl's like, "Quick, I'm gonna miss my flight," and the guy's like, "Look at this lady, she's injured and she's waiting her turn."
And it was not 100 people, it was 200 people.
Oh my god, not
and
200.
it was
like-
so slow. Look at me, I was pushing the wheelchair, running. But this airport is hell big.
And I
It's-
couldn't even see you. Like you went running, and it was with two suitcases.
and it was
Like,
three
"Oh."
checks,
Yeah.
three checks.
And one more thing, they didn't check their suitcases because they're heavy. They cannot take.
That was where the
suitcases.
whole thing started, because our bags are way too heavy.
Yeah.
And just to say why, we were still taking picture at the Twin Tower and it was already too late. So I played the Don Toretto in the situation, and I drive like 160 where the speed limit was 110. So if I get a fine from Malaysia, it's because Mary had to take like 127 pictures at the Twin Tower.
Excuse me, who was doing toyin?
Who was the only one not taking selfies?
Very, very dear cheesecake.
It's just liquid.
Very dear cheesecake.
That cheesecake will tell you the story. When they say 3 hours, it's for that kind of airport, not a small airport. That one would need you 3 hours, honestly. We arrived Yangon and like the hotel at around 7:44 or something. Changed, and we couldn't wait to go to the pool, even if it was night. We went to the pool, we had dinner by the pool, we relaxed.
Who has the key?
Oh yeah, I have the key.
Oh, you.
Welcome, girls.
Thank you for your help. How was it?
I love it.
Thank you. It was a long day. How are we finishing it?
In the pool, jumping in the pool.
Some of us can't put their face in the water.
We've been to like 3 countries in one day. Oh. Time to relax and chill.
Eric, where's my pizza?
It looks beautiful from here. It looks amazing.
And we went to sleep because we needed it. I hope you guys got few tips from here and you learned from our experience. Please don't do what we did. Please. Whoa, hold on. Do you guys remember when I told you to record your friend when they are promising something? Well, we needed that record right now.
For next 2 weeks that we're gonna be on holiday, I'm not gonna have even a drop of alcohol.
Dinah said she wouldn't drink any beer or alcohol this trip.
A few hours later.
This is not alcohol. This is like 5%. This is like a juice.
Said the alcohol. No, wait, that.
What about swearing?
She hasn't sworn really.
Yeah. Good girl.
She do it instead of me. She do it twice.
Yeah, but I never.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you like it, of course, and subscribe, please. And I'm going to see you next time. Bye.